Hey everyone, welcome back to our travel shenanigans. Today we're hitting up Gyeongju, Korean's ancient capital. Basically a city packed with old stuff, beautiful views and yep, cherry blossom trees. We will drag you through temples, royal tombs and even some local eats that might make your stomach do a happy dance. So buckle up because we're about to start. Bright and early, we stumble out of bed, shuffle over the Seoul train station, which by the way is so clean and well marked, even we didn't get lost. That says something. English signs everywhere, so no panic attacks. After a quick snack, we board the train. The Korean trains are super comfy, like sitting in a cloud wearing slippers.
We're on the KTX train from Seoul to Gyeongju and it's supposed to take about 3 hours. We found it quite easy to find. The taxi driver brought us straight to the station. The boards are in English and in Korean, so it's very easy to find out where you're going. It tells you your platform number and then you just go there, get on the car. It's very easy. So let's see how the journey goes.
The ride? 3 hours of scenic views and us trying to look intellectual while staring out of the window. Spoiler though, mostly we just watch trees and fields go by. Still, no boredom here.
The weather is awesome! Summer is back!
Hello Gyeongju! We arrive and hunt down our rental car, hoping this wheels deal means freedom and know where do we park freakouts. Next stop, our Korean traditional house, right next to the baseball field. Because why not? If cheering fans wake us, we'll pretend it's part of our authentic local experience. From our bird's eye view, we spot the perfect Korean combo. Mountains crashing into the modern buildings, like in an epic reality TV show.
Right guys, so we are in Gyeongju-si. We finally made it here. The weather is incredible. We're going to explore soon. What we found out as we are here about 3:30 that lots of local places to eat are closed. They reopen after 5, so it has to be some kind of a Korean siesta. Anyway, after breaking the ice in terms of speaking to people who don't understand us, we were managed to order for ourselves local bread, which Gyeongju is famous from. So let's find out what it looked like. So they are little tiny pieces of bread. Let's give a go. It smells kind of bready.
Red bean paste.
There is a red bean paste inside. It gives nice flavor. And yes, and the texture seems to be quite satisfying. We're hoping to explore more, but we have to wait a couple of hours until the restaurants open up.
After a local lunch, which totally powers us up, we hit the Royal Tombs complex. It's like a giant outdoor museum, but with way more grass and fewer don't touch signs. Walking around, we spy tombs, tulips and trees doing their best cherry blossom impression. It's peaceful enough to make you whisper. Next, we check out Cheomseongdae, Korean Ancient Space Observatory. Made from granite stones, 362 stones, one for every day of the lunar year.
So this is the Astrological Observatory in Gyeongju and it is believed to be the oldest observatory in Asia, possibly even the world, and it was built between 1632 and 1647 AD, so it's extremely old. But what we can't work out is how did they get in there? Maybe I don't know enough about astrology to know all about that. I'm standing here in front of the observatory.
Korea is a funny place. People seem to mind their own business. They're not staring at other people. They seem to be not bothered that we are here. Although even though there's not many foreign tourists here, especially from Europe. It's very pretty here. It's something peaceful about this place, even though there's quite a lot of people around. But it's nice feeling.
feels like stepping back in time. The weather finally cooperates, showing off sunshine after Seoul's rainy mood swings. We stroll through the narrow streets that screams 500 years ago, feeling pretty sure we just time traveled. And dinner, we follow our noses and signs to a restaurant where we order again using a fancy electronic touchpad. Because yes, Korea is future forward, even with food.
In Korea, on the side of the table, you open the drawer and you find the cutlery and other useful things like salt and pepper, bottle opener and others.
So I got some meat dumplings. First I'm going to try them without the dipping sauce.
Meat dumplings. They look a little bit like little brains.
They're a bit like those gozo dumplings. Nice, soft.
They are quite.
Stop splashing.
They're quite big.
Now with the dipping sauce.
Very flavorsome. Interesting texture as well. They are quite chewy, but in good way.
And the soy sauce gives it like a nice salty flavor as well. Goes well.
You can taste the spices. You can taste the herbs inside. Very cool.
So I have cold noodles with pork. So it comes with these strips of pork. It looks quite nice. I don't really eat cold pork in England, but let's try. So it's got like a sort of sesame oil flavour. Just nice and soft. Nice and cold.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Main event of the evening. So we've got ribs, right? You can see, you can hear the ribs, right? They gave us also tteokbokki. Just very satisfying texture of tteokbokki. Very nice. And then beef. It's chopped into small pieces. I would say a bit chewy but tender at the same time. Quite distinctive beefy flavor. That's what we like.
I'm guessing that's some sort of miso soup type thing. That would you go with your rice. Or it could be to rinse your hands after your beef.
I want to believe it's a miso soup. But if it is a soap to wash your hands, very nice. The flavor is awesome.
The waitress is over there seeing those crazy foreigners that are drinking the hand wash.
Overall, this restaurant is very nice. So it's very easy to order. Again, in most of the Korean restaurants, there is a menu on the table in digital form in English and in Korean. So when you switch to English, you can order whatever you need. You can make a payment over there and it's done. And then the food comes to your table before you know it. Lastly, in the terms of pricing, pricing is much better than in England. So for the meals, for three, including 2 beers and a mocktail, the price was around £38, which is very good, extremely good considering that in England for the same kind of service you would have to pay around £100. So far so good.
And I would say the prices in Gyeongju are slightly cheaper than Seoul.
And most importantly, the weather improved.
Dessert comes in form of the colorful treats, all finger-licking good, except for one slightly weird one. Weird green drink thing, matcha tea.
We have a selection of Korean desserts.
I'm so excited! Look at this! Look at this, guys!
We've got these which are called dongo dongo and they're balls of some kind. I know that this is red bean paste and I guess that this has got matcha tea on it, but I don't know what the other things are. This is ice cream which came with an espresso. This is traditional Korean tea with your little tiny cup to drink it with.
That's my dessert.
This is Mia's matcha cake, and this is little matcha to drink.
So pretty.
This is ice cream, bean paste, and some of the balls, which we don't know.
Record it.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
I don't know, but I think.
I think we've had that before, yeah.
Oh, look at this little rascal.
Looks like duties.
Purple one.
Doesn't have a deserty vibe. Good glass.
Very cheap glass.
Anyway, guys, the conclusion is that actually Korean desserts are not as sweet as you would expect. They look pretty, very colorful. However, the flavor, well, not very sweet. Chewy gooey. Right?
Yeah.
Quite a satisfying texture.
I just poked myself in the throat with a stick.
One way or the other, pretty but not very sweet. So, and also quite filling, I have to say. Next up on our Gyeongju adventure, Sokguram Grotto, also known as that mystical mountaintop cave that gives you tight cramps and inner peace. To get there, you got to climb a decently steep set of stairs. Think of it as a spiritual warm-up. But don't worry, it's not Everest. No oxygen mask required, just a bit of uphill strolling and a chance to regret that extra breakfast boon. And on the top, you will find a small but mighty temple tucked into mountainside, like a secret gem, or like a Buddha's private retreat from all the tourists. Okay guys, so we are at Sokguram Grotto. This is a very cool place to visit, very picturesque and colorful. However, unfortunately, we were not allowed to take a footage inside.
So inside the temple, there is a giant statue of Buddha, and it seemed to be one of the most important cultural pieces of art in Korea.
Well, driving in Korea is a bit tricky, I would say. I don't know, is it me because of my European mind, but everywhere is a speed restriction and the speed cameras and constant monitoring, and the speed restriction is usually like 30-40 kilometers per hour, which is quite slow if you compare with the English speed restrictions. So I don't know, it's probably a bit of psychological. Plus in Korea you driving on the right hand side, so different than in England, but that doesn't bother me that much. It's just the constant speed awareness. Our little tiny Kia car got this kind of slightly annoying system. It tells you all the time that you need to slow down, or there is a bump, or there is any kind of thing on the road. The car will telling you that. So therefore I feel constantly under AI pressure. But it's okay, the quality of road is good, and it's smooth drive overall. Next up on our list, Bulguksa Temple, or as I like to call it,
Buddhist heaven with a killer mountain backdrop. This isn't just any temple, oh no. Bulguksa is basically the Beyoncé of Korean temples. It's a national treasure, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the crown jewel of Gyeongju. Built way back in 8th century during the Shilla dynasty, you know, where the dragons were still totally plausible, this place has been flexing its architectural muscles for over 1200 years. Bulguksa was designed to be the Buddhist version of Utopia on Earth, and honestly, mission accomplished. We're talking perfect harmony, stone pagodas, wooden halls, and nature doing its thing in the background. It's like Mother Nature and Master Builder had a spiritual baby.
To see the cherry blossoms, there's a few places in Seoul, but we're actually at Bulguksa Temple near Gyeongju. So we recommend that you come here because there's a lot of trees and it's quite easy to find a space to stand and have your pictures taken with the tree. It's not too crowded.
We primarily came here just to see the temple. However, that's an extra bonus, so definitely worth coming here.
The best time of year to come to see the blossom in South Korea is to come in April and May. And as you can see, they're in full bloom and everybody's out. All the locals are out. I think it's quite a tourist hotspot for Koreans themselves. There's not many Westerners here.
But this isn't just a pretty face on Instagram. Nope, Bulguksa is a still functional temple. Stepping into Bulguksa feels like entering in a place with a time-hit pose. Every staircase, lantern and roof tile has a story. Probably one about wisdom, patience, or why you shouldn't eat lunch too fast. Well, just guessing here, this is the Buddha's vibe. Lanterns everywhere, hanging like a spiritual disco balls. All lit up to celebrate Buddha's birthday. Everywhere we turn, bam, lanterns. Red ones, pink ones, blue ones, green ones, yellow ones. It's like someone gave a unicorn a paintbrush and said, go wild. Those are not your average party store lanterns either. Nope, those beauties are shaped like a lotus flowers, which symbolize things like purity, enlightenment, and not losing your cool in traffic. They lined up in perfect rows across temple courtyards, paths and gates. Basically, if there's a place to hang a lantern, it's got one. Or 50. It's like very organized rainbow exploded all over the place. After visiting temple, we faced hunger. We hit a street stall where a sweet Korean grandma insisted we try silkworm pupae, aka bondegi. Well, it was crunchy, weird, and an instant what did I just eat moment. Highly recommended for all daredevils.
Right, let's try those strange pupas.
Give me a pupa.
A pupa. Eating pupa in Korea, it may sound disgusting. Look at those little guys. All right, I would say it's like eating some kind of plant.
What?
It doesn't have very distinctive flavor. It's like chewing hay or something like that. Similar to the bugs in Thailand. But not bad. You should try, just to challenge yourself. Get out of the comfort zone. Jenny doesn't like them.
Buttery, cheesy, gooey goodness.
After sampling some local delicacies, we returned to our charming traditional Korean cottage, where Jenny, inspired by ancient wisdom and possibly YouTube, decided to brew traditional Korean tea in the traditional way. Emphasis on traditional because this process takes at least 30 minutes. Yes, 30. Apparently people in old days had either a lot of free time or really strong tea cravings. To be fair, making this tea does require knowledge, patience and the kind of finesse that only comes from years of Zen training. 30 minutes later we drink, well, basically fancy warm water. But hey, the experience counts. To pair with our very mild infused leaf water, we broke out the famous Gyeongju bread again. It's sweet, soft and basically doing all the heavy lifting. In this tea party, re-energized mostly by carbs, we head back out to continue our nighttime city adventure. Tonight's glowing highlight, the legendary bridge, because why sleep when there's more magic to explore? we arrive at one of the Gyeongju's most photogenic time machines, Woljeonggyo Bridge, aka the bridge that looks like it walked out from historical K-drama and knows it's fabulous. Originally built way back in 760 AD during the glorious Shilla dynasty, this wooden beauty unfortunately did not survive the chaotic plot twist of the Cheomseongdae dynasty. But don't worry, in 2018, Korea said, let's rebuild this thing and let's make it snazzy. And they did it. Now the bridge stands proud and perfect, the largest wooden bridge in Korea, stretching over 66 meters across the Namcheon River, like a royal catwalk of the ancient world. About design, well, think vibrant, colorful, painted patterns you totally want on your kitchen backsplash, sweeping curved rooftops, and the kind of architectural elegance that makes you whisper, wow! Both ends come with the charming little gatehouses, part museum, part lookout tower. But wait, there is more. The night mode. When the sun dips, the lanterns switch on. Woljeonggyo Bridge turns into something straight out of a fairy tale. The bridge glows, the river reflects. You stand there, blinking slowly like you were in perfume ad. It's peaceful, it's photogenic, it's almost too pretty to be real. But wow, honestly, what a bridge.
Alright guys, so we're dead excited now because we came back for more Korean barbecue. We ordered a set of different things.
Yeah, we've ordered like a beef platter with different cuts of beef. It's also got some sausage, some chicken. As always, we've got our little side dishes that we eat it with.
Banchan.
Banchan, well done.
Guys, I just love Korean barbecue, the way it's set. Like, they bring your banchan straight away before you even make an order. Everything looks so colorful, and that's what I like about it. So our order arrived. We're going to barbecue it. So this is a completely different experience of Korean barbecue, because instead of waiting for somebody to cook it for us, we're cooking it ourselves. As we saw in many YouTube videos, Jenny is using scissors.
One of the most underrated
equipment.
People would look at you like you were crazy if you used scissors in England to cook your food in the kitchen, which is silly because it's so
it makes
easy.
sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense. So we were told that this meat, which is beef, is going on a barbecue first, and then we've got some other stuff which I don't know what it is, and goes last. So what we're trying here is some sort of leafy, beefy soup, which actually tastes very nice. The broth got a very distinctive flavor, and the beef is very tender. I like it. I like it more than I thought I would. Alright guys, it's a time to conclude, to summarize. Korean barbecue does not disappoint. It's nice, it's flavoursome.
smoky, spicy. Every flavour is going on, sweet, salty, but it's all good.
Yeah, I mean the beef still is our number one choice for Korean barbecue. Chicken was slightly bizarre, gritty. I don't know what it was all about. However, pork and beef definitely worth ordering. So yeah, we're going to do it again. See you soon.
After soaking in history, nature and enough food to qualify for a second stomach, Gyeongju has officially turned us into full-time time travelers, with a part-time snack tasters and full-time eaters. From ancient tombs to 30-minute tea ceremonies that tasted suspiciously like a hot water, every moment was a wild blend of culture, carbs and confusion. We laughed, we learned, we probably butchered some Korean pronunciations, and at one point we may or may not have mistaken a historical site for a snack stall. Well, Gyeongju, you were magical. Our feet are tired, our memory cards are full, and our bellies are still recovering from round 3 of Gyeongju bread. But the adventure doesn't stop here. More quirky journeys, curious food, and questionable decision making wait. So buckle up and bring some snacks, because the next stop is just around the corner. Stay tuned, and we'll see you very soon. Probably lost, slightly hungry, and definitely laughing. So, see you soon!